What did you overhear when someone didn't know you understood their language? I pretended not to speak English at my new job. I'm Romanian with a thick accent, so I figured it'd be easier to nod and smile while learning. My supervisor, Janet, assigned me to stock shelves. For 2 weeks, I kept quiet. People talked around me like I was invisible. Derek, this co-worker, kept making jokes about the foreign girl who doesn't get it. He'd point and laugh about me taking American jobs. Every morning when I clocked in, I'd see him smirk. During lunch breaks, he'd loudly complain about having to deal with people who can't even communicate properly. The worst part wasn't just Derek. It was feeling completely alone in a place where I spent 8 hours a day. I'd eat lunch by myself in the break room, listening to others chat and laugh while I sat there like furniture. At night, I'd call my sister back home and cry. She kept telling me to quit, but I needed this job. My family was counting on the money I sent back. Some days were harder than others. When Derek would slow down his speech and use exaggerated gestures like I was a child, my face would burn with shame. I understood every word, every condescending tone, but I just stood there taking it. I started having nightmares about never belonging anywhere, always being the outsider who didn't fit in. But I noticed other things too. Janet would leave little notes on my station with encouraging, smiley faces. Frank, the older guy with the bad back, would nod respectfully when we passed in the aisles. Beth from HR always said good morning, with genuine warmth, even when I could only nod back. 3 weeks in, Derek escalated. He started complaining to anyone who'd listen that I was dragging down the whole team and probably illegal anyway. That's when I overheard the conversation that changed everything. I'm restocking the top shelf when I hear Derek's voice getting louder near the office area. My heart sinks, expecting another rant about me, but then I hear Beth's voice, sharp and firm. She works twice as fast as you, Beth says. She's smart. Look how she organizes everything. Just because she's quiet doesn't mean she's stupid. My hands freeze on the boxes. Someone was defending me. Janet joins in, and her voice has this protective edge I'd never heard before. I've been watching her closely. She spots problems I miss. Yesterday, she caught a shipment error that would have cost us thousands. That woman has more common sense and work ethic than half this office combined. My chest gets tight. These people had been watching me, really seeing me, while I thought I was invisible. Beth continues, and she's genuinely kind. When Frank hurt his back last week, she stayed 2 hours past her shift to help with his section. No complaints, no asking for overtime pay. She just saw someone who needed help. I remember that day. Frank was struggling and it felt natural to help. I didn't think anyone noticed. Derek starts protesting, his voice getting defensive, but Janet cuts him off with steel in her voice. Derek, you spent your entire first month here complaining about everything. The schedule, the work, the customers. She just works hard, stays positive, and makes everyone's job easier. Honestly, I'd take 10 employees like her over one like you. The silence that follows is deafening. Then Beth adds quietly, she's going through something difficult. I can see it in her eyes some mornings, but she still shows up, works hard, and treats everyone with respect. That's character. Standing there with tears streaming down my face, holding those boxes, I realized I wasn't alone at all. These people saw me, not as the foreign girl who couldn't speak English, but as someone worth defending, someone worth protecting. I almost cried right there in that stockroom. Next morning, I walked to Janet's desk and said in clear English, "Thank you for giving me a chance." I understood more than I let on. Her jaw dropped. Then she laughed. "How much did you hear?" "Everything. Thank you for defending me." Now Janet and I grab coffee every morning. Derek got moved to another department.